I hope you're having a great day. And I hope you had a great weekend as well. Today I want to talk about, when you look at all the diseases around us, right, from, and conditions as well, young children with asthma, adults with asthma, we're talking about cancer, we're talking about lifestyle diseases. Now, when I talk about lifestyle diseases, I'm referring to conditions that are caused by poor lifestyle. When we talk about poor lifestyle, it includes the way you're eating, the kind of exercise that you have in your life, the kind of injuries that you go through, the quality of your sleep, and of course we look at our emotional stress. Now, for the longest time, people have assumed that, it's bad luck to get sick. It's bad luck to get cancer. That, these things happen. Some people blame it on age. Some people blame it on genetics. Yes, of course, genetics plays around 5 to 7% of almost every disease that exists. What about the balance 93%? All induced by lifestyle. So when this beautiful study from the Journal of Medical Sciences from Malaysia came in yesterday, right now currently me and my team are breaking it down so that we can actually share all these points with you with all of the studies done on human beings. The one point that we pulled out was the connection with chronic stress and every disease that we've mentioned. Today, most of your cardiologists, your own doctors will tell you stress is bad for you. Why? Why is stress bad for you? Because yes, in most cases, it is causing your disease. Now, most people wonder, how can stress cause my disease? How can stress cause a cancer? How can stress cause diabetes? Well, don't take it literally. What we need to understand, and this beautiful science from the Medical Journal of Sciences shows that when we go through chronic stress, let's understand stress right now. You have your day-to-day stress, office stress, work stress. You'll have a fight with your wife, your husband, your partner, all of that stuff. Your stress goes up, it comes down. That is actually beneficial for us. That is called static stress. We experience it every day. We're caught in a little bit of traffic, all of that stuff. That actually boosts our immune system. When the stress goes up, the event is over and the stress comes down. You see, our body is built for that kind of stress. It is built to manage that kind of stress. The stress that this medical journal is talking about is chronic stress. When our stress goes up and it doesn't come down. Throughout the entire day, we wake up stressed and we move on from one problem to another, one negative thought to another, and it just keeps going higher and higher. Now, what happens is we produce cortisol and adrenaline. Now, this immediately suppresses your immune system. It affects your hormones like insulin. Now, what disease that insulin play a role in? Diabetes. It plays a role in suppressing your thyroxine. Now, which common problem is thyroxine involved in? Your thyroid. Okay, it plays a role in your PCOD, your weight gain, and all of that stuff, which is hormonal again. So chronic stress, the study proves that chronic stress suppresses the immune system. So we all know about people who are extremely healthy and all of a sudden they get sick, they get cancer and all of that stuff. People are trying to figure out what, but you break it down, you diagnose, and you finally find that these people, no matter how much they exercise, how well they ate, the part that they were failing in was chronic stress. You see, everyone has emotional issues. Everyone's going through some journey in life which may be difficult. Some people cope well with it. Some people push it down. Some people use vices, substances, alcohol, all of that stuff. Everyone finds their own coping mechanism. But as this chronic stress, which we push deep inside of us, grows more and more, we only suppress our immune system. And today, medicine and science has clearly proven that cancer is a condition caused by a faulty immune system. So again, when you look at immunity, for every single disease, you can't have a good hormonal balance if your immune system is too low. You will continue to fall sick if your immune system is low. And no amount of organic food, no amount of exercise will fix that unless you fix what is impacting your immune system. So sometimes it's poor diet that makes our immune systems weak. Sometimes it's a sedentary lifestyle or even over-exercise and overtraining without recovery because you stress out your body. That's why we always say, how much you exercise, you must recover and you must also rest. People work out 7 days a week, intensive workouts, and they never get their results. They may grow a little bit of muscle because of all the protein they take, but their immune systems are low. They constantly fall sick. They're taking more and more supplements and vitamins and all of that stuff. Because more exercise means more recovery. And if you're not getting more recovery, your immune system will crash. Sleep deprivation. The easiest way to basically compromise your immune system is sleep deprivation. So you want to cause a problem with your immune system, be sleep deprived, you will have issues of low immunity. And then chronic stress, which is your emotions. There's a beautiful statement made by the chief medical surgeon of the Hospitals of the Center of America, where he states that if you have emotional trauma, if you have emotional distress, you will fall sick and it will be difficult for you to recover. And he states with CBN News that about 61% of the cancers today are emotionally driven. They are caused because of poor emotions, which have basically compromised your immune system. And likewise with diabetes, cardiovascular. Let's talk about heart attacks. That's huge in our country. Strokes, heart attacks, brain strokes, paralytic attacks, and all of these things. So think, you're constantly stressed, you're producing cortisol because you're constantly stressed, which means adrenaline, which means more inflammation. Most cardiac arrests, most strokes are all caused by inflammation in your body that couldn't come down. So you're chronically stressed, your stress levels are up, your inflammation is up, which means you are a walking time bomb, which means you can have a stroke anytime, no matter how many marathons you're running, no matter how much of organic food you are eating. If you do not control your stress, the impact is your health. So let's take it down to children. Most people say then, Luke, my kid has asthma. He has no stress. But let's understand, most kids don't have stress. It is the stress that most parents will create for their kids. It is the stress that there is peer pressure from around, the stress that a child goes through in school. There could be bullying, there could be the expectation to overperform, and all of that stuff. These are psychological stressors which are affecting children and producing direct symptoms of bronchitis, asthma attacks, panic attacks, weight gain, weight loss, hormonal imbalances, and all the issues that we see in children today. So we need to understand that a psychological stressor, which could be anything. For some people it's relationships, some people it's money, some people it's, they constantly compare themselves with one another and they can never find peace. So they're chronically stressed because they're trying to be like someone all the time. These are called psychological stressors, which impact your immune system. The correlation is 101% sure today. We have medicine proving that. Now, what do we do about it? There's one population of people that says, everyone has stress. Well, that's a poor attitude. Yes, everyone has stress. What do you do about it? How in tune are you with yourself? How connected are you with yourself to learn to start taking only as much as you can in life? But when we mindlessly react to life and comparing ourselves with people, we start filling our plates with more and more and more and more to please who? Not really ourselves, to please people around us, to establish a mark, to establish a status in society. We take more because someone says, oh, wow, look at that person. He's doing so much. He's so successful. And that makes you happy and you want to maintain that, but you're chronically stressed to maintain the 10 businesses or the 15 businesses you created or the more subjects that you took in university to study. And all of that is only impacting you. So we look at how connected you are with yourself. How much can we accept? Okay, when it comes to stress, we understand there are two powerful words, acceptance and letting go. Okay, most people who master this, it's not easy to accept and let go. It requires a lot of strength, and that strength can only come from inside of you through your spiritual practice, through your meditation, through you living a mindful life. So you realize that if I accept this, yeah, fine. I may not get this much of attention and stuff like that, but at least I have my peace of mind. If I let go of this, my ego and pride may be hurt, but at least I have my peace and I have my health and all of these things. Most people who struggle to accept and let go have a problem with their ego and pride, which is not a bad thing. All of us have ego and pride. I have ego and pride. A lot of people do it. We find it difficult to accept and let go because that is tied up with people's approval, people's validation, people's, what they're going to say about us, how people are going to react and all of that stuff. But when you learn to accept and you learn to let go, you benefit. Because whether you accept or let go, you're not benefiting. Everyone around you is possibly benefiting, but not you. And you are living a life of chronic stress. This surgeon also spoke about emotions like inability to forgive, resentment, guilt, bitterness, and all of these things that act like a rust in your body, lowering your immune system. In fact, if you look at articles on forgiveness, there are direct correlations between cancers and forgiveness. Now, cancer is multifactorial. I'm not just saying that if you're unable to forgive someone, you're going to get cancer. But if you are struggling with unforgiveness, you have anger in you, you have hatred, you have bitterness, your immunity is low. Then maybe you're not sleeping well because if you're stressed, you can't sleep. So you have sleep deprivation, which is further basically weighing down on your immune system. When you're stressed, what are the foods you feel like eating? Not apples, not oranges, carbs, sugars, junk food, things that make you feel better. So you see, you put yourself into a vicious cycle that brings on your disease. One thing alone is not going to solve your disease. So we must understand today that most of our problems, what's changed? You go back 15, 20, 30 years ago, yeah, we had severe diseases, deadly diseases that came and wiped out people, wiped out groups, societies, villages and towns and stuff like that. Then you got vaccinations in, new Medicaid acquired, and it stopped that. But today we're talking about lifestyle diseases. Although we have so much of access to everything around for good health, the one thing that is spoiling it all is the state of our mind, our emotions, depression, anxiety. All of these things are the root causes of diseases. So the whole point is if we still continue to think that I need to exercise and be on a diet to be healthy, you are highly mistaken. It's a great start. But you start top down. What is the state of your emotions, the state of your mind? If you're happy, if you're not stressed, you make right decisions for food because you know it benefits you. But if you're stressed out and emotionally down, you won't care about the choice that you make for your food, because at that point, the only thing that's going on is how do I feel better? So if sugar makes me feel better, let me eat sugar. If a bar of chocolate is going to make me feel better, let me finish an entire bar of chocolate or a tub of ice cream. So we start top down, where we fix our emotions, we fix our stress levels. The first point is at least accepting it. The second point is what can we do about it? Now, what you can do about it is only what you can do about it. No one can be responsible. No one can be held accountable but you. It is for you to step back, see what you've gotten into, how much you've taken on your plate, the kind of relationships you're on, make decisions. There are some things that you will not be able to get out of. Then you accept. There are some things that you may have the courage, or you may need the courage to let go of. You know what you need to do. Now you have to be responsible to make that choice or make that decision. And we need to understand that there is stress in life, okay? How will you prepare yourself to manage it? So if you know for the next 3 months, I am going to go through a lot of stress. Okay, let me improve my sleep. Let me improve my nutrition. Let me improve my exercise, so at least I build a strong body to get me through that period of stress. The thing is, there's more stress and we're getting weaker to handle it. So it's like if you have a strong body, you can go through a lot more stress than people who have a weak body. People with weak immune systems will fall sick often in a hard environment, but people with a stronger immune system may not fall sick in a strong environment. So you still have a choice to build your system, to build your health, and that starts top down. What's going on in your mind, your heart, not in control of that. You can't control that. Be aware of it. And what are the decisions you need to make in your life to change that? And then you add in a little bit of simple nutrition, a little bit of simple movement, good quality sleep, and that's how you put the whole pattern together. But today, when we know that there is a link between chronic stress and disease, focusing more on nutrition, exercise is not going to help you if you have the biggest problem with chronic and emotional stress. Have a great day, everyone.